us sitting back and just hoping somebody comes and buys it. Properties go very quick, so there's a ton more than just Charleston, but it's a lot harder for agents to do it on their own now than it was years back. All these things ultimately lead to a seller getting more money. So you're looking for a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina. What should you be looking for? I guess it really just depends on, first off, if you're looking for a home or if you're looking to sell a home. I think most importantly, you should definitely look for somebody that has experience in the Charleston, South Carolina market. It's a very vast market. It's very fast paced. Properties go very quick. So you definitely want to make sure you have an agent that is super knowledgeable on all the specific areas. Charleston's a very big place. A lot of people think Charleston, but there's Mount Pleasant, there's Daniel Island, there's Johns Island, there's James Island, there's Folly Beach, there's Isle of Palms, there's Sullivan's Island, there's Goose Creek, there's Monk's Corner, Somerville. The list goes on. There's a ton more than just Charleston. So I think you need to first hire somebody that knows the market, that has been doing business in the market for a long time. I've been in the real estate market now going on 10 years. It's a very tough market if you're working with somebody that doesn't know what they're doing. So I think it's super important to make sure that you work with somebody, one, that knows what they're doing. If you're looking to sell a home, you want to make sure you hire an agent that has, I always tell people two things when you're looking for an agent. You want to make sure you're hiring somebody that has great marketing background and also great negotiation skills. The reason I think it's super important to have great marketing. Look, when it comes to today's age of selling homes, the number one thing for a seller is exposure. We want to get as many eyeballs on the property as possible, right? So I think it's important that you hire somebody that puts their money and their capital from other sales back into their company to make sure that you're getting as many eyeballs on the property as possible. So our team, we spend a hair under $20,000 a month just on marketing our listings. You can ask any seller that I've worked with, they've never said that marketing has been an issue. We pay for professional photos, we do 3D tour, we do drone footage, we get a pre-inspection done. All these things ultimately lead to a seller getting more money. And also when it comes to looking for an agent, we're in a market now, or we're in an age where it's more, you don't really see single agents. Now, don't get me wrong, nothing wrong with agents who are doing it on their own, but it's a lot harder for agents to do it on their own now than it was years back. It's a very complex procedure, I guess you can call it. So I always tell people, make sure that you're hiring an agent that has the team behind them to make sure that no balls are dropped. So when you hire my team, you're not getting just me, you're getting a professional listing coordinator who's going to hold your hand through the whole listing process. That's scheduling photos, scheduling that 3D tour, getting cleaning set up, the list goes on. So she holds your hand through that whole process. And then we have our own inside sales team that reaches out to the database of buyers we have based on what your home is worth. So we have people on the back end that are actively looking for people to buy your property rather than us sitting back and just hoping somebody comes and buys it. We want people in your door as quick as possible. That's how we're going to create competition for your house and ultimately lead to a seller getting more money. And then third, we have our own closing coordinator, Shay. Absolutely amazing at what she does. So once we go under contract, she and we work together to make sure that we're getting quotes on repairs. She's negotiating with the buyer side, and we hold your hand through that whole process, getting you set up with the attorneys, all the title work. Everything is really done for you. The only thing you really have to do is tell me if you want to accept this offer or not. So we try to make it as concierge as possible. There's a lot of balls that can be dropped. I'd say the easiest thing in this market right now is to sell a house, but what happens after you sell the house is the most important part. You know, making sure balls aren't dropped when it comes to the inspection and getting quotes done and repairs. If there's any appraisal issues, you know, what do you do, right? That's where we come in, and we've been doing this now for 10 years, and we have a ton of experience with every situation you could possibly think of, to where we're going to make sure that no balls are dropped. So I'd say those are the most important things when it comes to looking for an agent. Ultimately, I think the best thing that you can do is hire someone that has a ton of experience in the market, is great at creating exposure for you, and then has a team behind them to make sure that, you know, no balls are dropped. If this is what you're looking for, and you're looking for, you know, somebody that's going to have your back and keep your best interest in mind and make sure that you're getting top dollar for your home, just reach out to me.